Hello everyone. Today we're going to go ahead and demonstrate our electronic SeaScooter. Everything you see here is what you'll get with your item. You'll go ahead and get the SeaScooter itself, along with this mesh carrying bag, the battery, the charger, O-ring set, some lubrication, a manual air pump, which I'll show you how to use later, and a user manual. I highly recommend to read the user manual thoroughly before you actually start using this product. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the basic features of the unit as well as how to install the battery. So the unit is fairly lightweight. As you see here, if you look at the unit itself, the little on and off switch is right here. And you have two speed throttles, which are right here. So before you start installing the battery, make sure you charge the battery, which will take about 4 to 6 hours. The battery charger has a light indicator which will indicate that it's full. So once it's full, you can go ahead and install it. The way to install it is, if you look at these two little straps right here, you have to turn these straps towards you in a 90-degree angle and move these out. Move these out of the way, and then you could go ahead and remove the cone. Once the cone is removed, you'll see a little air box right here. This air box allows the unit to float, when it's in the water. It's good for snorkelers, so you can get to the surface quicker. However, if you're diving, you want to go ahead and remove this. Just be aware that the unit will sink if you remove this unit. If you want to go ahead and adjust the unit to have a neutral buoyancy, you would have to remove this little lid right here and insert some type of weight, like rocks or any type of weight in there, and keep testing it and make sure it's it has neutral buoyancy. This unit is very tight to prevent water from getting into the unit. So in order for you to remove it, you have to place it back into the unit itself and twist counterclockwise. So I'm going to do that now just to demonstrate how to remove it. See, you'll see a little seal right there, a little O-ring. See? So you will go ahead and put the additional weight in there. The lubrication I mentioned earlier, it's go ahead and make sure that it's all lubricated. I'm going to go ahead and insert this O-ring back in. Once the O-ring's back in, you could go ahead and put the lid back on. Just be aware that when you do put the unit back in, that when you put it in, these two little nubs right here have to align to where those little latches were earlier. So if I were to try to put the cone on right now, it wouldn't go on properly. You'll have to twist the lid tight until these two parts are aligned with here. So just keep that in mind. So after you do that, if you look inside the unit, you'll see that there's a little air vent cap. Normally this is out. This should never be closed in, but earlier I closed it. But this should be out. In order for you to access the compartment where the battery goes, you have to take your manual air pump and if you look closely on there, you'd have to screw this in like so. Oh, before you do so, I forgot one little step. If you look in your bag of O-rings, there's a little rubber piece right here. This is a big long rubber band. Go ahead and route this rubber band through here and attach it to this little strap right here, like so, and do the same thing for this side, like so. Then you can go ahead and attach the manual air pump to it. I'll explain why right now, why we need this little rubber band. Okay, so that's on tight. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to push on this, but I want you to notice how this thing, this lid right here will actually pop up. The reason why we have this rubber band here is to prevent this lid from going all over the place. So I'm going to go ahead and do one quick push on the air vent, manual air pump. See? As you can see, it just lifted up. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this rubber band piece, and I'm going to detach this real quick. All this area right here is lubricated, just to let you know. So right here, this is where the battery compartment goes. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and install the battery. There's a little latch right here on the side that shows you where it's supposed to go. There we go. Pop this unit in, and what you have to see is how I'm going to go ahead and route the wiring in so it doesn't obstruct anything when I close the lid back on it. Make sure this is properly lubricated on the side. It should be, it comes pre-lubricated, so you don't have to worry about that. Just later on, when you notice there's not that much lubricant, then you got to go ahead and add a little bit on there. So next step is to go ahead and put back this lid. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back. Just make sure the sides are aligned right here. Just like a little nub right here that shows you kind of general. Just center that and you should be okay. So go ahead and push this down. And it should create a flush tight seal. Once that's tight, go ahead and now seal this in. If this unit is going to be stored for and not used for 24 hours, it's better to take the battery out and store it separately from the unit. Also, to leave this little air vent plug out. That's very important. Prevents the buildup of gas inside your unit. So once that's in, go ahead and put your air box in. Put your lid back in, your cone. You notice on the side there's like a little nub that shows you where to line up. And go ahead and put your latch back on and close it down. This locks it in place, and the unit is ready to use.